So like, I don't know if any of you have noticed yet, but sometimes I talk about old movies. And not just old stuff like Monster House, I'm talking ancient Babylonian archaeological artifacts like Labyrinth or Home Alone. Being one of those 90s kids, I have a huge nostalgic soft spot for anything pre-9/11. 10 Things I Hate About You, Home Alone 1, 2, and 3, Matilda, Happiness, Stable Economy, Goosebumps. And now that we in the US at least have Thanksgiving just around the corner, I wanted to go back once again and check out one of them classic 90s family movies. Mrs. Doubtfire came out in November of 1993 and was quite literally one of the most family movies you could possibly get. Now, I haven't watched it since I still knew what optimism felt like, so it's been a while. So come along, fellow adults with endless neck pain, let's check it out. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Exter. If you're someone who travels, you've definitely run into that problem of having to keep all your cards, ID, and everything else either in a wallet or like a separate thing in your purse, and then hold on, I gotta find which card is which. Oh, you wanna see my ID? Okay, hold on, let me figure out how to get... Exter is making all of this infinitely easier with their Card Holder Pro Smart Wallet. It's the latest innovation in smart wallet technology. Look at how small and sleek this is. Fits right in your pocket or your purse or whatever, barely takes up any space at all. But this guy can hold up to 14 cards with up to 7 cards in the immediate card holder itself. You put all your most important ones together in the card holder, and look at how fast and easy they slide right out when you need them. No fuss, no awkwardly, frantically trying to find anything. The card holder's made of recycled aluminum, no plastic, so it's gonna last a long time. So long, in fact, Extra gives you a lifetime warranty. Now, what makes this a smart wallet is the add-on ecosystem, okay? So like you have the card holder itself, right? That's awesome. But then you can also totally customize it to whatever you need. They got a coin tray, cash clips. You can even get a card holder add-on that basically works like an AirTag. So again, if you're traveling and heaven forbid you lose it, you'll know exactly where it is. Honestly, there's no reason why anyone should not have one of these. Like, you got a credit card? You got an ID? Get yourself an Extra card holder right now. In fact, Extra's having a Black Friday sale until November 30th, where you can get up to 54% off a bunch of stuff. But also, if you use my link down below or use code Meyers at checkout, you get an extra 10% off anything you buy. Like their new travel vacuum kit, for example, that makes it way easier to fit stuff in your suitcase. Like, I quite literally wish I'd had this like a couple weeks ago. Again, click my link or use code Meyers to get an additional 10% off. Get one for yourself, and hey, they make a perfect gift for literally anyone. Okay, back to the show.
Did you have fun in school today?
I painted a picture.
Oh, yeah?
Of a rainbow.
Dad?
Daddy!
Wait, Matilda's in this movie? I don't remember that part. Quick, Dad, check her backpack for adoption papers. So this is our main character, Daniel. Daniel lives with his wife and kids in San Francisco doing odd acting jobs here and there whenever he can. Now today is his son's birthday, and of course he wants to go all out.
Coming up toward the very end, here she goes up the very end.
Well, I was thinking like a bounce castle, or maybe one of those weird 90s Cabbage Patch Kids that had like a vacuum in the mouth, but then they had to discontinue it because it like ate some kid's finger off or whatever. Man, everyone else's birthdays were so cool when they were a kid. Mine were dumb. I hate it here. This really stinks. But all this nonsense upsets the neighbor lady, if you can believe that. And she calls up Daniel's wife, who by contrast is a very uptight, serious businesswoman.
So I told him you'd get in touch with him first thing tomorrow.
Yes, I will. Miss Hillard, the operator has a Gloria Cheney on hold. She says it's an emergency.
Excuse me. Gloria?
And so she storms off back home to see what the heck her husband's getting up to this time, and it's even worse than she thought.
Great, she called you and you bust the birthday party. That's great.
Don't you dare make me out to be the monster here, Daniel. Don't you dare.
Yeah.
You have all the fun and I get whatever's left over.
Oh, you chose the career, Miss.
I have no choices here, Daniel. I have no choices.
So this is kind of like the dynamic of these two. Daniel doesn't really have steady work, but he tries to make up for it by being a really cool, fun dad. But he always kind of takes things a little bit too far.
Even when I try to do something fun, you have to do it 10 times bigger.
Oh yeah, well back in college you said tall, handsome, well-endowed guys were boring and I was fun. Sure, yeah, I did say that, but when your entire personality is just Family Guy quotes, it gets annoying after 14 years.
Too much time with those corporate clones you used to despise.
I spend too much time with you, Daniel. It's over.
Grown apart. We're different. We have nothing in common.
Oh, sure we do. We love each other.
I want a divorce.
And so Daniel's kicked out of the house. He has nowhere to go except to stay with his brother, who's like a makeup artist for TV shows and movies, I guess, and also smokes like 4 packs a day.
No, Ma, not you. I was talking about the dog. Ma, listen, we got people waiting for us on the set. Oh, yeah, it's a busy life, Ma. Places to go, faces to paint.
What is his voice, man?
So we moved to L.A. My father gets a job at the Palm Restaurant. My Uncle Junior works there, who is a Jehovah's Witness. Believe it or not, he went from Catholic to Jehovah.
Anyway, so we skip ahead to the divorce court hearing, and they have to decide who's gonna get the kids, which, like, you know, when I got divorced, like, thank goodness we didn't have any of those, but, boy, you better believe I fought tooth and nail for all these Kirby toys, I tell you what. Like, she got all the furniture. I got this Pong arcade cabinet. So yeah, I know a thing or two about picking up chicks, okay?
However, since at the present time Mr. Hillard has no place to live and no employment, it is the court's ruling to award sole custody to Mrs. Hillard. This ruling is only temporary.
Oh, good.
I will assign a court liaison to oversee your case, and there will be a continuance of these proceedings in 90 days.
So this sets up the whole shtick of the movie here. Daniel has 3 months to find a place to live and get a steady job, or else he will only ever be able to see his kids like once a week forever. And of course he wants to see his kids more than that, you know? I mean, who wouldn't? Where else are you gonna find a kid with this many absurdly gigantic shirts for no reason? Look at this. Where would you even buy this on purpose?
This is all my fault.
Why would you think that?
I should have never had a birthday, Dad.
Hey kid, don't blame yourself, okay? Blame the sweet, sultry sounds of the California raisins. This part right here is obviously very sad, but like in real life, this whole thing would be so devastating. Like just going through a breakup is hard enough, but like, okay, now you can't see your kids when you want, and if you do, you'll be arrested. Like that's so insane. And for what? Giving his kid the coolest birthday party of all time? What a real schmuck, am I right? But so now it's time for Daniel to try and find a job.
And of course, there's always the job issue. This is the nearest employment office. I've taken the liberty of making an appointment for you. Do you have any special skills?
Oh, yes. I do. I do voices.
You know, this is like me if there was ever some like zombie apocalypse or whatever, right? Hey kid, welcome to what used to be New Jersey and is now just a desolate zombie wasteland, so not much has changed really. But anyway, so what can you do? Well, I can recount the entire plot of all 7 seasons of Riverdale. I'll just put you down right here. But ultimately, he does end up getting a job at a local TV station where he like ships out film reels to other TV stations, I guess. Now, while Daniel's going through all this, Miranda is at her big girl interior design job, I think. And one day, a certain special client walks in.
With a great deal of inspiration from the French Second Empire, I was thinking a 17th century grand piano.
You realize I've been following your career in the trades these past couple of years.
A tufted sofa, a Flemish tapestry, a brass-bound Regency-style table.
I'd love to get reacquainted.
I'm sorry. Just like the whole time, it's like, okay, so what do you think of this sofa? So these two apparently used to date back in college, but things didn't work out, and she ended up marrying Daniel, right? She had literal James Bond and gave it up for a chubby, funny guy with like 12th century peasant hair who can do funny voices?
But a change. She's gonna loosen up any moment. Look at me right now, Moneypenny. I want to undo that bow and get to know you.
I'm crazy to make a deal with you!
And then she gave that up too? Pick a lane, Miranda. How many mulligans you gonna call here? But so, that's the current state of things. Daniel has his own apartment that we're supposed to see as like a cheap, junky, rundown kind of place, but like he lives here by himself in San Francisco? This 2,000 square foot penthouse suite on a minimum wage salary? You know, when we say everything was so much better in the 90s, this is what we're talking about, okay? Home Alone, Kevin McAllister's dad works some kind of office job, right? His mom like collects mannequins or something, and they live here? Taking the entire family to Paris?
Who was the old battle axe? Your mom.
She's fine.
I hate to think that she came down with amoebic dysentery.
Amoebic dysentery.
Some kind of infection in your tummy. We get diarrhea forever.
Diarrhea forever.
Diarrhea forever!
Doesn't matter what you do, what you eat, 3-4 times a day. Is that curable, by the way? My friend wants to know. But of course, his visitation time is cut short because Mom has the final say in everything.
Are my children ready yet?
No, our children are not ready yet because you are an hour early.
Daniel, I'm really sorry, but I don't have time for this, all right? I have to go to the bank. I have to drop something off at the newspaper office.
Are you taking out one of those personal ads? It's DWF. Seeks WWM with BMW into light B&D.
So Miranda says she wants to hire a housekeeper, babysitter, whatever else, because she has to work a lot and she lives in one of those giant San Francisco full house mansions that you could afford with a single income and a housekeeper because it was the 90s. But when she's not looking, Daniel changes her ad paper that she filled out so no one can contact her. And instead, he pretends to be various people applying for the job, but they're all like really weird, you know?
Are you calling in response to the ad?
Are your kids well behaved, or do they need like a few light slams every now and then?
And I want to know how many children do you have?
I have 2 girls and a boy.
I don't work with the males, because I used to be one.
Yikes.
Well, San Francisco has definitely changed, I'll tell you that. But after several days of this, finally, Daniel goes in for the slam dunk.
Doubtfire.
I beg your pardon?
Doubtfire, dear? Mrs. Doubtfire.
Well, I look forward to meeting you.
And so now he just has to pretend to be a little old British lady for the rest of his life, and he's set.
Daniel, hi.
Could you make me a woman?
Honey, I'm so happy.
Oh, Daniel, finally! We've known for years! Ever since we found that complete box set of Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant under your bed, and you only ever play girl characters in video games, and you spend way too much time on that app that swapped your gender and all the pictures you'd say... Am I? You know what? I can't really be bothered either way. And so, with the help of his makeup artist brother and his boyfriend, I assume, they turned Daniel into Mrs. Doubtfire. And so now he just has to convince everyone else forever, and he's good to go. There's no way this could fail.
Euphigenia Doubtfire. And these must be the cherubs.
Yes. This is Natalie.
Oh, hello, Natalie. And who is this strapping young lad?
This is Chris.
Hello, Christopher.
Oh. Geez, you're big for a lady.
What? Sir? Why would you say that? Oh, hello, young man. Hey, why are you so big and ugly, though? And so then, of course, we get all kinds of hilarious antics and zany shenanigans of Daniel trying to be an old British lady doing house chores and whatnot, but he almost gets caught a bunch of times, and sometimes he has to pretend to be Daniel and Mrs. Doubtfire at the same time. Basically, it's just a bunch of montages of him, like, talking about boobs and stuff. Whatever, let's just fast forward here.
Once upon a time in the sewer, there were 4 cute little turtles.
Who suddenly went through this incredible mutation process and became the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Hello!
Our solid antiperspirant is strong enough to stand up to even the toughest customer. But it's not for him. It's for her. Secret.
Okay, so as we've established, Daniel used to be like the fun dad, the no one ever gets in trouble kind of dad, you know what I mean? But now he has to be like the exact opposite.
Homework time, okay?
Yeah, but after Dick Van Dyke.
No. Now.
No. We always watch Dick Van Dyke.
Wait, I'm sorry. You always watch Dick Van Dyke? The heck kind of 90s kids are you? I was there in the 90s, okay? We had all kinds of fun things to do. Creepy crawlers, the lingerie section of the Sears catalog, Talk Boys, butt crack. Butt crack. Also, just want to give a quick shout out to this girl's like 1,000-yard demonic stare. We always watch Dick Van Dyke.
This is exploitation. It's not fair.
Shut up, Liddy.
Yeah, you got us into this.
Oh, my little ankle biters. Are we ready for homework, or shall we continue manual labor?
No, anything but this.
Now, over time, things actually do end up going pretty well. Kids love Mrs. Doubtfire. Miranda's really connecting with her, and they can talk about all kinds of stuff like dumb husbands and idiot husbands. But one day, Daniel goes to use the bathroom, and his son walks in accidentally and sees him doing that, freaks out, and now it's like a whole thing.
He's half man, half woman. What? Yes, I swear.
All right, little one. Now, just calm down.
Freeze!
Just relax, please.
He's gonna get it in the balls. Yeah. She's got him. She's got everything.
Man, this is a trip watching this movie in 2025, because, like, I'll be the first to admit I'm not nearly educated enough on the nuances of, like, drag or transness or whatever, but, like, this seems like such an insane reaction. Hold on, you got a wiener? All right, I'm gonna give you to the count of 5 to get out of here. Especially in San Francisco, of all places, you know? Like if you ever wonder how much progress we've made in 30 years, go back and watch 90s movies, because things used to be wild.
Dad? Dad?
Yeah, honey.
You don't really like wearing that stuff, do you, Dad?
Well, some of it's comfortable. No. It's a pain in the padded ass. This is not a way of life.
Yeah. How silly would that be? Ha 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 ha. Such whimsy. You know, something else interesting is how this movie portrays his gay brother and his boyfriend in, like, what I think is a very normal, very sympathetic light. Like, but then the idea of, like, dressing like a woman, it's like the weirdest thing anyone could possibly imagine. Anyway, so he tells these 2 kids that they have to keep it a secret because Miranda would probably have him arrested, and their littlest little sister Matilda would blab about it because she's like 5, you know? But doing all this is the only way that he can see his kids more than once a week. So anyway, things continue on, and Daniel gets to talk with Miranda in ways that she never would have talked to him before.
The truth is, I didn't like who I was when I was with him. I would turn into this horrible person. When I'm not with Daniel, I'm better. And I'm sure he's better when he's not with me.
You know, getting a little serious here for a second, this is actually a really good point. Like, sometimes it's not even about what the other person does or doesn't do, but it's just like how you are in the relationship or like what the environment does to you. You know, I feel like so many people are kind of waiting for the other person to do something terrible to justify a breakup, but like no-fault divorce also applies to breakups. I mean, you can just leave if you feel like it's not good for you, you know? But anyway, like we talked about earlier, when he's not being Mrs. Doubtfire, Daniel works at a TV station. Now, one night, after everyone leaves, he goes on to set of one of their kid shows they filmed there, and he's just like messing around, being Daniel, you know?
Thank you. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, put your claws together. Please welcome James Brontosaurus.
But kids.
Very impressive, Mr. Hillard.
It's playing. I don't think
I was watching. That's funny stuff.
And so the big boss man here wants to discuss ideas over dinner, Friday at 7. However,
I will not be held responsible for your virtue.
Well, he'll be there to protect me. I will. Stu has invited you and the children to join us. Friday night, 7 o'clock.
This Friday at 7?
Yes, we're going to my favorite restaurant, Bridges.
Bridges?
And so for the second time in this movie, Daniel has to be both people, rushing back and forth, changing, unchanging, because, you know, it just wasn't funny enough the first time. Like, this movie is 2 hours long, but they could have shaved 20 minutes off so easy. It's always so hilarious when you do the same joke twice in a row, am I right? So let's just skip ahead here.
Hey now kids, come gather round, see what's skipped in the town. So skip it, skip it.
Skip it, each sold separately.
Okay, so things come to a head when Miranda's boyfriend guy tries to eat some food in just the most like normal human way I've ever seen. Like, I don't even know how to describe this properly, but like, he eats like when a little kid is being really sarcastic, you know what I mean? Anyway, so he starts to choke, and Daniel does the Heimlich maneuver and saves him, but in so doing, they both topple over, and Daniel's cover is blown.
You all right there?
What's what?
Daddy?
You know, it's a good thing that was her first thought and not that, like, she just witnessed, like, a war crime or something. But no one is more shocked than Miranda.
Oh, my God. The whole time you were... The whole time?
Oh, I'm sorry, Miranda. Please?
Don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I have to go. We have to leave now.
And so we skip ahead to another court hearing. It's been 2 months since the first one. And now with all these new revelations about what Daniel's really been doing, things are not looking so good.
Is that your lifestyle over the past months has been very unorthodox, and I refuse to further subject 3 innocent children to your peculiar and potentially harmful behavior. I am suggesting a period of psychological testing and perhaps treatment for you, Mr. Hillard.
You know, like I said earlier, watching this now, it's like so crazy that a major plot point is that he loses his kids because he dresses like a woman. Like, this was the most heinous thing anyone could ever imagine him doing, you know? And like in the movie, they sit the kids right down in the smoking section of the restaurant, and Miranda has no qualms about this, but a man in a dress, think of the children. But so, the end of the movie, all the kids are talking about how much they loved having their dad around as Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, guys, please don't be so depressed. Everything's gonna be all right. I miss her spaghetti. I miss her jokes.
I miss her stories.
Don't worry. We will find someone. There are plenty of people out there.
And even Miranda's like, man, you know, when I talked to my husband like a person and didn't just immediately assume everything he thought and did was dumb and annoying, he actually wasn't half bad, all things considered. And right then, they see something a little interesting on TV.
He's going to bring some animals that are endangered species. Do you know what that means, puppets?
Wait a minute. Did you say puppet?
Oh, no, dear. Oh, it's Kovacs. Welcome, Kovacs.
Hi, guys. I'm here. Did you say extinction? Did you smell something?
Oh,
Something
it's not talking about something smelly.
So, turns out, during that hilarious dinner scene, the TV boss guy saw what Daniel was doing and decided that he liked this funny little British grandma character and wanted to give him his own, like, Mr. Rogers-style kid show. And that's when Miranda realizes that she really should give Daniel another chance at being a dad because she learned so much about him through Mrs. Doubtfire.
Jesus, Miranda, you took my children away from me. I can only see them now with supervision. Some woman who comes and watches me with the kids like I'm some sort of deviant. If I try to hug them, she wonders why.
Man, this movie. Again, it's so interesting to see how like the idea of cross-dressing or drag or whatever this is, like seeing how they thought of it back in the 90s. If a movie came out just like this now, people would totally be like, what is this cartoonishly ham-fisted message? They're just pushing an agenda. But like, this is actually how things were though. But after Miranda and Daniel talk things out for a while, Miranda gets the courts to release their order so Daniel can see his kids whenever he wants. And so, still somewhat broken, they're once again a family.
Now, there are all sorts of different families, Kitty. Some children live with their uncle or aunt. Some live with their grandparents, or some children live with foster parents. But if there's love, dear, those are the ties that bind.
And that's the end of Mrs. Doubtfire. You know, I think Robin Williams and John Candy were both so good at being like super over-the-top comedy, but then also being like really heartfelt and serious. Like pretty much all of Robin Williams' 90s movies are like this, you know? Like Hook, What Dreams May Come, Dead Poets Society, Mrs. Doubtfire. Like he was so good at playing both extremes, you know? And John Candy, I mean, Uncle Buck, Trains, Planes, Automobiles, like there's something about real comedians and how they can just understand human emotions so well. And you know, looking around today, like I feel like we don't really have anyone quite like this anymore. You know what I mean? Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because like that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.